Hello everyone, welcome to Vintage Dragothien as far as the way the stream looks. I hope everybody's having a good morning. It's about just before 9 a.m. for myself. I know those of you across the pond from the US, it's a little bit more midday, so happy morning to you all on the weekend. As you can see in front of you, we've got quite a few nice matches to go through here, 13 UTC. It was hard to choose between all these different realms with all these decent matchups. Looks like, again, we had some 3 UTC matches, one of which we casted last night in almost its entirety. Had a little bit of technical difficulties. Hopefully we won't be having that issue today because, I need to be able to get into these matches to be able to stream them for you. So as you can see in front of you, we did cast the V421 versus UAEF match last night for myself, early morning for those of you in Europe and farther east. And it was a pretty decent matchup. I think that obviously V421 just had a upper hand on commanders. I saw a lot of Artemisias, etc. versus Constantines. So it was just an overwhelming force of commanders. However, everybody, welcome to the stream. I want to make sure we grab everybody before we jump into what is hopefully going to be a really good matchup. If we go to Realm of Horus and we go down to 13 UTC here, I think it's in Realm... which one was it? I think it's Realm 12 or 13. Let me see. Maybe 14. TMD versus 283F was also one I was looking at to maybe do for you guys. Maybe 15. Nope, that's farther. Which one is it? There's so many divisions and realms and stuff, guys. Jeez. Not that one. Not that one. Are we into the 20s? I guess we are. Maybe it was earlier. 12 Kings versus SNC2. That also would be a good one to watch. 1V is doing theirs at 13 UTC as well. Maybe it's earlier. Maybe it's earlier in the divisions. I've got it set to notify, but I don't know exactly where I should go to notify. Probin, welcome to the stream, my friend. Where are you? I don't think I deselected it. I'm just looking at... Yeah, let me go down to the bottom and start from there. Golden Throne versus Area 69. That looks to be a very good matchup as well at the 13 UTC mark. Let's see. Now, I think we're going to need a ninja jump into this whenever the time comes because I don't know if I'm whitelisted yet, guys. I asked to be whitelisted. I got some feedback about it, but I didn't really get a guaranteed, yes, you're whitelisted, you're good to go. I didn't get that yet. So we're going to hopefully be in good shape. Man, did I miss it? Where's that? Trying to find the matchup that we're going to be doing here. I thought I had it already up, but I guess I didn't. Anybody else looking really good here in this matchup? I feel like IKM was another one I wanted to see. IKM versus L9H. Wanted to see if IKM was still kind of in it to win it. You know what I mean? They're a bigger name from Season 1. I know there's been some migrations. And then 411K here against S219 with the 411K migration, which is what we're going to be seeing some of those players in the 114 matchup, I believe. If I can find it, my dear goodness. There it is. So I just didn't actually... Division 16 is what we're looking at here. So 114S versus V58 White Elam. I know, again, the power doesn't look like it's very, very close. But, again, once you're over 2 million power here in Osiris League, it's just a matter of troops. And then, are you willing to spend some healing speed ups to get her done? So Division 16 is what we're going to be looking at. As you can see as well, we've got our matchup here coming up at 15 UTC as well in just over 2 hours for T2A. I'll be recording this one and likely posting it tomorrow. But I'm going to be streaming all day today so that we can get the ball rolling on this Osiris League Season 4. It's going to be very, very good. 83 DD on Anubis. So I did Anubis yesterday, or earlier in the day for some of you. Let's see. Which division are they in? 83 DD. I don't see them on the recommended list. Oh, wait, that was the Division 16 list. Recommended. Yeah, I still don't see them on the recommended list either. Jedi Mind might be GG, Bastet Division 23, Pokemon versus AL81. Okay, let's take a peek at them really quick. I know WIB is going, I think this is the smallest 916 alliance, I think, that's in Osiris League, is Republic of Indonesia. But it's kind of funny. So looking at the the recommended Realm of Bastet matches, you've got AP16, that's a 916 alliance. You've got RI16, that's a 916 alliance. T2AR is a 916 alliance. K916 is a 916 alliance. T2A2 is a 916 alliance. KKT6 is a 916 alliance. AFK is a 916 alliance. And yes, SQ tilde on the bottom left is also a 916 alliance. So the recommended board is chock full of the 916 matches here. So that's, you know, interesting, I think. But we're going to be staring at this this timer here. I want to make sure we get in nice and early so we're not worried too much about being whitelisted or not. And then I don't have to absolutely crank out and go crazy on the join button. I'll just make sure to mute if I have to do that, because it is a very, very loud and annoying sound going nonstop if I'm doing this nonstop on the screen. But welcome to the stream, everybody. Real Deal Prime, Raging Robot, Leonard Z, Sendi Ramadan, Boom Raver. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Prabin Kodka, again, thank you for joining and chatting. Jack Bo 3 or Bowie or Bo. What's up? How you doing, buddy? Jedi Mind Gaming is on the stream here. Andres J. Hope to play against you in OL this time with the new realms. Love from 2070. Well, no, I think 2070 is in Sobek. The only way that would possibly happen is if we all win our realms and possibly meet in the Osiris Grand Finals. Viva 1916, John 916. Yes, that's correct. I was recommending you your kingdom. Roman Mikolov. I don't think many or any other kingdoms have like 12 Osiris League teams. We don't have 12 proper Osiris Leagues teams, so let's get that out there first and foremost. But they're all decent enough to steal a win from somebody, if that makes sense. Oh wait, actually we are in Sobek. Yeah, we're in wait, Andres 2070s in Sobek? Yeah, that's what I just said. Okay, you're confusing me, man. Same for me, 254. I see all 5 teams, including low power. Yeah, it's crazy. Corny A, welcome to the stream. Big old wave for you as well, my friend. Matt Edward Nux, welcome to the stream. Excited for OL this season. Yeah, me too, man. I'm excited. If you guys can't tell, like, I'm going crazy on this Osiris League stuff. I'm obviously a sponsored content creator and caster for Osiris League and for Lilith Games, so you'll see me, especially when it comes to the playoffs with Chiscool. We're going to be casting those things together, and I don't know how soon we're going to be doing that. It might be just for playoffs like it usually is, but they've hinted at maybe doing it a little sooner or a little bit more involved. So I'm hoping we've got some really cool things going for it. Skywalker, our match coming soon. Be ready, Lazy King. It's 2 hours, man. It's 2 hours. I got an hour to do the match. Got an hour to 30 minutes to kind of get some breakfast and relax. Then I'll hop in Discord and we'll get the plan, ironed out and made sure everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Aaron, how is he? Hello, wish you all awesome Sunday. You as well, my friend. Thank you for joining the stream this morning as well. Andy Liu, Heroic Anthem will be 916 meets 945. It's very possible. I'm not sure if we're going to be in the same bracket, though. I think that a lot of the stuff that is happening is one bracket behind, but maybe that's the case, and that would be interesting. Probin, is both your accounts are in OL 307, not 16? No. So yesterday I kind of explained this as well. Let's pay attention also to the countdown timer here. I think we actually... No, okay. We're about to hit it here. $16. I think we're about to hit it. Oh, that's Realm of Horus. Here we go. Yes, we're in. Sweet. All right, we got in. This is the Season 4 Osiris League qualifier stage. Look at I love the new entry here. Combatants. It's got the combatants and everything. Very nice. So this is for 114S. This is for V50. I like this. This is nice. I didn't see this yesterday. Probably because I had a really hard time connecting because I was blocked. That's really cool. I like that entry. It gives you the combatants. It gives you the rundown. You see the blue team up here on the top left, 114S, being probably one of the favorites in Realm of Horus, at least to make it to the late playoffs, if not the finals. Just because the screen is blurry. Skywalker, I will strike you. Just because a lot of the players that are in the 114S Alliance are from 411K, are from HKL. They've all kind of consolidated and made what 114 really turned into be a massive kingdom, and they've got really solid Osiris League players too. So, Probin, to answer your question though, no, I am only going to focus on 916 for right now. I may, see if I can become a reinforcement with my main, assuming AVG makes the playoffs. But I didn't want to be in the predicament where we're at the same time, like we're both matches are at 15 UTC and I just have to pick. I didn't want to do that, and I didn't want to half-ass it and do both at the same time either. I probably could pull it off, but the role would have to be very, very simple and basic, and that's usually not what happens on any of my accounts. So let's jump over to the red team side here, and I wish I could click on the map. They got rid of that. I can't click on the map anymore. Interesting. Something else that needs to be fixed. So V58 over here has also ported in. They're looking kind of light though. What is that? 21, 24 have ported in. That means 6 of their backups are going to have to be used, and I don't think they've got but 6 backups. This could be a problem. This could be a problem. So this is 24. They need 6 of their... I'm clicking the map thinking I can do it. They need 6 reinforcements to make this work. Now, on the other hand, 114S, they've got 27, 28, 29, 30. They've got their entire top 30 players already ported in, ready to rock and roll. 5 seconds left. Let's go ahead and see how this goes. Again, expecting 114S to have a strong showing here, although V58 does seem to have at least the power to compete. So let's see if they actually are able to pull off what would be a massive upset. A massive upset. T1 marches heading out, double C primary. That's the way to go. I see double C Genghis, double C Genghis. That's perfectly fine. They should not be getting tapped before they reach their destinations. So the only downside is if you're going to attack this building, I'm curious to see, because Genghis Khan's march speed is contingent upon not being attacked. Technically, you're attacking this outpost. I'm not sure if that triggers Genghis Khan's slowdown on his own march. So that might be a thing to do some testing on, just to give you all a heads up. TRO match save division 19 UTC. I could Persian. That might be one of them. That sounds good. Still looks pretty darn fast, but I think that has more to do with hasty departure than Genghis Khan having a slowdown or not. So I'd be interested to see the battle report. I think maybe that does actually trigger. Hard push being used on both sides, by the way, which is the right play. Hard push is one of the best skills in the Osiris platform for sure. And it looks like the red team definitely is a little bit behind. On getting to these obelisks, and certainly the outposts here as well. Why I'm streaming, bud. And yeah, so again, late to the outpost here on the front as well. 114S definitely making sure they grab those outposts. Second obelisk is captured for 114S. I believe it does bust hasty departure, will counter the debuff if so, though either way. But I mean, that's not only 15% march speed gone, Sky. That's another 10% negative. So that's a negative 25% march speed that you don't want to have. Stream AVG sub versus SX54 at 15 UTC. Well, I can't do that because I'm actually playing at 15 UTC, Roman. But that'll be a good match to watch, I'm sure. That strong emoji game. Mr. Smoke Turkey saying 114S is already ahead of the game because of their strong emoji game. So again, as you can see here, guys, the field is finally taken. It looks like the blue team 114S will in fact get their points a little earlier because they captured their buildings earlier. However, let's see if that translates into more points overall. It looks like the obelisk has about a 20-second advantage over the other obelisk. For the V58 crew, and the farther obelisks are even more separated out, almost a minute. We're looking at about 40 or 50 seconds here for this to play out. So let me go ahead and jump over to the 10-second obelisk for 114S. Let's see how they're posturing as well. Usually we see some posturing going on around these altars. There's really no activity. That's interesting. I know that we've got about a minute and a half left before these structures open up. Here's my son doing anything he can to get on my nerves. Close my door, please. We'll talk later. Let's put a little fear of God in him a little bit, you know. All right, Attila Rally coming out. Looks like it's heading towards the obelisk here. However, again, just not fast enough, and likely is just going to be breaking on the desert altar. Although look at 114S here. They are ready to rock and roll and cover this desert altar. They're going to break this rally here more than likely, or maybe they'll continue seeing the 15-ish marches. Yeah, maybe they'll go ahead and just continue it. Maybe looking to get a lucky break. And God, I need to be able to click on that map. That is unfortunate. Here we go. We've got a swarm coming in from 114S, swarming with speed marches this outpost. Luckily for them, it was a double C. However, it looked like a double C Herald. That's interesting new meta. That being said, they do disengage. They are literally trying to just run around and capture the outpost, delay points generation. That's the name of the game with Ark of Osiris. You really, really, really want to delay as much as possible your opponent getting points. And the best way to do that is just to take their buildings. You don't have to necessarily keep it, although it is easier now with Hard Push and Relentless Siege as alliance skills. But, you know, at least stopping them from generating the points. Now here, buildings are becoming open to be taken. Both obelisks for 114S are blinking, which means they have rallies on them. Now again, these buildings are being very slow to get taken, especially that bottom left Shrine of Life. And I apologize that I can't just jump to where I want to go, but again, I'm not able to click on the map where I want to go. I'm literally clicking on or tapping on the map right now, and I can't, it won't jump there. So that is unfortunate. That needs to be fixed because that is a big deal for somebody trying to showcase some things. All right, so Sky Altar well protected by 114S. I keep trying to click it. Also, same thing with the Desert Altar. Very, very protected. Looks like a defensive style match, although we do have a nice push here over at the Shrine of War from 114S. Although very well defended V58. Very, very concentrated with their efforts here. I'd imagine some rally plus swarm. Look at the swarm coming over from 114S. I see is okay, so that's a Nebuchadnezzar and Ethelfled. Interesting. The OL matches so far this season, no alliance is taking advantage of the updates. I kind of agree. I see both teams using Hard Push, but there's some different changes that you guys need to be aware of when we're talking about Osiris. I'm not really seeing anybody doing it. Now, again, 114S doing a great job. If you see on the map at the top right, I know it's kind of small, but you can see that some of those are changing blue all the time. That is disrupting points, and those outposts are 20 points per minute apiece. Those will definitely add up over the course of the match. Blue does have a slight advantage, 900 points. The first occupations haven't all come through just yet. All right, looks like we're going to have some solid fights here on the V58 side. V58 holding very strong at their Shrine of War. I see Zenobia Theodora, which is, again, great way to try and hold your structures here against what is normally Attila rallies, things like that. However, we have a Chandra rally coming out against 114S from V58, and I'm assuming we will have some Nebuchadnezzar rallies coming as well from 114S with all the elite gear, all those good things. V58 continuing to reinforce there. That seems like it's pretty solidly held up. Bottom lane, V58, again, very defensive, holding strong with their structures here. I'm curious to see. We do have, again, Ramses. Ramses coming with Nebuchadnezzar. That is a solid rally from Mu. Coming in against this Shrine of Life with solid reinforcement presence from 114S. Now, one thing to keep in mind, guys, there's a lot of players down here. This is this is the boonies, okay, of the Osiris League map or the Ark of Osiris map. This is the boonies. With 4 minutes and 20 seconds left until this Ark spawns, there's a lot of commitment and presence from 114S to take this structure. As you can see, that Zenobia is going down fairly quickly with what is likely a heavily equipped Ramses Nebu rally plus Swarm plus no reinforcements going into Zenobia because, again, plenty of open field presence here. This will likely go down in favor of 114S. All 4 altars are down for V58. All 2 altars. So 4 altars right now on the blue side. It does look like this unsupported rally from V58 will not be doing what it's wanting to do. And again, we are looking at 4 full altars in favor of 114S, which is a big deal. It's a very big deal. V58 is holding very strong at this Shrine of War. However, again, damage is done, right? You lost the Shrine of Life, both your altars, and you did not take any structures away from 114S with solid presence at these buildings and what is likely to be a contentious and already 114S is sitting pretty in the middle, although I'm not a fan of the spot they picked. I think they should have the majority of their team a little farther forward, say up here, in this area right up here, while having their arc carriers behind. That way you have a little bit of a buffer. But 114S definitely putting on a clinic on a good start, a very strong start to the matchup here. Looks like V58 is going to be working on trying to get this structure back. This Ramses and, again, what is likely a Nebu behind it, still very tanky to a swarm. You can see that all these swarming marches are getting smashed pretty quickly, and it's a little rough. This is an iPad Pro. We had a problem with the Samsung and the emulator last night doing the Artcast, so I went ahead and just made it a little proactive and busted out the old iPad and the old overlay setup that I used to run when I first got started. Yeah, Ramses is definitely putting some work in on those troops here. It looks like, again, the structures have been taken. This is a big points per minute difference. 970 points per minute in favor of 114S against only 210 points per minute for V58. So very, very rough start for V58. Very good start for 114S. And again, this was kind of expected. The middle also looks very solid in favor of 114S. Now they're starting to move forward. Again, you had plenty of time to do that. I think this is something they're probably going to look at after this match is over with and maybe proactively get in front of that temple instead of sit behind it when they had all kinds of time to really get properly positioned. I think that they could have started picking off some of these marches that are coming in because they're not coming in as one ball. You can see they're kind of streaming in, and you can swarm that. You can swarm those and really cut this force in half. And now, because they weren't forward, now look at V58. They're able to position and clump forward. That's going to be in their favor. And that's going to be a lot more difficult of a fight in the middle. Baron AJ, welcome to the stream, man. I haven't seen you in a little while. Nila, yeah, 114S is a compilation of huge whales from multiple kingdoms that have come together. So they're a very strong team. Now, I will say 114S, although they did kind of lose the initiative here a little bit by not stacking a little farther forward, V58, I think they're going to need more than what they're bringing. I see a lot of Richards. I see there's a Guan. That's nice. There's a Guan. I see a lot of Constantines. There's a Nebu. That's good. Guan. Lots of Guans. That's good. Silencing all over the place. I also see a lot of Richards. So double C primary, that's obviously going to be for the Arc. This double C going hard right at the beginning. However, I think this double C from 114S is going to grab it, and sure enough, he did, and he is off to the races. Let's see if 114S decided to use a running skill. They did not. They're using War Drums instead. If they had a running skill, they could have popped that on double C, and he could be off to the races. But, I mean, I think 114S is already well underway on taking this Arc. Again, yeah, V58 needed to kind of hop on top of that, for sure. Yeah, pretty much. I've not really seen that, Sky. I'm kind of confused. I've never seen two big teams just kind of let everybody position around the Arc with their double Cs, and they're just like, okay, whoever selects it first gets it. That's basically what just happened. I've never seen that before. Usually they're all over each other on top of that Arc, so nobody knows what's happening. Everybody's getting hit, and the Arc carrier doesn't make it this far away from the temple, which is, again, I've just not really seen that very often. Here's the Season 3 Victory Champions, V636, Vietnam Victory with the win. Now, this is Realm of Horus, so I'm surprised they have that one versus OV, but, you know, I guess they've already done OV once. They'll go ahead and give V636 a nice season's worth. And this double C still has the Arc and is bolting it towards this outpost. And it looks like nothing here is going to quite catch up with it, because he's got the charge talent on double C, increasing the march speed when less than half health. This Mina might have a chance to drop him right beforehand. Let's see if it's able to happen. The structures are still all in favor of 114S, by the way. Yep, he got it. He escorted it right at the last second. Well done to 114S. That was basically a free cap, yeah. So that very interesting. I'm not sure if that was the play there. I think they both should have been all over top of each other. But if 114S was like, I mean, if you're not going to attack us, I'll just take it. I mean, that's fine too. V58 definitely should have been on top of all of those people at the temple. They should have been all over it. Should not have let 114S go ahead and just kind of sit there and cherry pick that Arc away from them, and not have anybody on top of the Arc carriers to instantly drop them. Again, it just looks like 114S is just winning the open field. As you can see here, you've got Richard and Charles against Guan, Artemisia, Saladin, Nebu. It's just the commander disparity is just, it's evident on the field. It's a big deal. And, you know, like I said, power, once you get to that 2 billion mark, is not the craziest thing in the world. You just got to use your healing speed ups and things like that. But very difficult to combat the open field swarms that V58 is having to combat. Here comes from the middle 114S. See if they can go ahead and swarm this Desert Altar down again. They had it for the longest time. There's a YSS in there, though, so I don't think that's going to be an easy swarm. You got YSS and hopefully what is likely Theo for them. Let's see. It looks like, nope, YSS Constantine, which is an interesting pairing. I mean, it looks like it's doing pretty good. I don't know if it's anti-swarm, though. Maybe 114S is trying to just get their marches back quicker, which is fine. This is a valid tactic. And also generates just a little bit of rage for their alliance skills, which is nice. Shrine of Life going down again in favor of 114S. Let me jump up to the top here. This is under fire as well, the Shrine of Life. But as you can see, there's a huge difference, right? You have unsupported Attila rallies being sent for V58. Every single rally I see for 114S has support around and behind it, and they're coming with reinforcements to hopefully keep these structures as long as possible. The points per minute, again, 770 points per minute in favor of 114S. It's a big deal in favor of the blue team, and only 100 points for the red team. It's kind of crazy. 114S is definitely displaying their strength in this match, for sure. I see a lot of blue blinking buildings. The Sky Altar does go back down in favor of V58. However, again, I see the Shrine of War over here under assault, but just look at all the defense that 114S has. They're still sending rallies here on the bottom from Hulk here. That's another one of their big whales with probably top tier expertise gold equipment on that Ramses. It's going to be interesting to see. There's a lot of V58 here. Let's see if they can swarm that down. I didn't see too many support marches, but they are starting to come from the Shrine of War to support that rally. They'll just be like a minute behind or so. Lots of archer rallies. Well, this is what the end game is going to be. This is the current meta, guys. Ramses Nebu, Nebu Ramses. That's going to be your main rallies on any realm of Horus top tier team. You very rarely are going to see Attila Takeda anymore because of the prevalence of Zenobia in Ark of Osiris. So Nebu Ramses, Ramses Nebu is going to be really the main rallying commanders and combos. And this YSS looks like it's holding pretty strong. However, again, that second commander, that Constantine, I'm just not sure if that's the play. I think the best thing that you can pair YSS with is Theodora because of her her debuff removal. However, if you don't have her, got to go with what you got. Got to go with what you got, right? All about that Ramses. Looks very solid. Yeah, Ramses is very good. He's great open field. He's definitely one of the top commanders to have in Ark of Osiris and Osiris League. He does so many things well. He's great open field. He's great rallies. He does debuffs. He does buffs. He does tons of skill damage. He's tanky. I mean, it's just really good. Ramses is really good. He's kind of the Saladin of the Archer world. I see Harold throwing some axes over there. I always love to see that. You know that. V58 is swarming this down, though, so very good job. Looks to be defending this, although, again, at a very significant cost. This Ramses is holding up very solid against these very low marches that are swarming the Ramses. This Ramses is holding up very well. Again, you can see the difference right here in this screen. You've got Attila Takeda marches going out, rallies going out for V58, and you've got Ramses Nebu coming out for 114S. That's the difference. This is Season 3 Osiris League versus Season 4 Osiris League. That's really the difference. V58, with their strategy and their commanders that they have right now, would be very strong in Season 3. They have good Season 3 commanders. Looks like they have good solid defenses. They have good Attila Takeda kind of thing, but they don't have the latest and greatest. They don't have the Zenobias. They don't have the Nebus. They don't have many Ramses. Now with 2 minutes left, I think this is very late. Look at this. Both teams really, I think, are very late. 2 minutes left in until this next arc spawns. I would have had my team already here, heavily presenced. And again, this Artemisia is where I would be stacking, but unfortunately they're backing up to stack up here instead. And I guess if V58 is just going to let them have it on their side of the map behind the arc, I mean, I guess there is no reason to be forward. I would be forward just thinking and understanding that the opposing team should and would be absolutely swarming the arc, but because of the presence and the non-stop rallies and pressure that 114S is placing on all of these buildings against V58, it's really late for V58 to be coming in here. You got a minute left until this arc spawns. People are just streaming in. This march alone is likely a minute and a half away. A minute and 15 seconds, a minute and 11 seconds. This guy isn't even moving, that kind of thing. It's going to be a little too late. you've got 58 seconds. You're going to be just arriving about 10-15 seconds after the arc spawns, and there's nobody over here. 114S, there's not even any double C's over there. Maybe they should go ahead and place one over there. Here comes a double C. Let's see if this is the guy that picks it up. Although he's heading for the group. He's heading for the group. Here comes a Guan. Yeah, I think even 114S was a little bit delayed here. 30 seconds until this arc spawns, and now you can see, here you go. V58 positioning better. They're more on top of the temple. They are halfway in between both of the sides. So if for some reason 114S, which based on how many more players they have here, I think they can do that. 114S does need to come down here and engage this because they're starting to let V58 position, and you lost your this is interesting. To the Death being cast for V58. Let's see if there's a counter to that for 114S. Interesting. There's a defense buff and an attack buff, war drums and defensive formation for 114S against To the Death. Abdul Kareem, welcome to the stream, my friend. Glad to have you as well. And looks like, again, even though To the Death being used on the red team side, I think the quality of the commanders are, again, quality of commanders and quality of equipment is really starting to show here for the blue team. You just see all the top tier commanders. I see a Trajan Ethelfled on the red team side, which is nice. I mean, that's good buff action and good debuff action. I just don't know if that's necessarily going to win you this middle fight. V58 is pouring in quite a bit, but look at the arc carrier. He's already gone. Now there is a red team player coming in from behind, trying to hit this double C, but I think, or this Belisarius, I'm sorry. But again, this red team group needs to start moving. Right now, there's still open field fighting at the bottom. Blue team pulling back with their arc carrier in support. This is going to be a harder one for them to capture, but again, 114 is positioned correctly to do so. Rodrigo Ocaña, welcome to the stream as well. We were B Kingdom 1835, got matched with 1846 Imperium Kingdom, plus 2 A Kingdoms and 1 B Kingdom. Well, how can 1846 plus 2 A Kingdoms? 1846 is an A Kingdom. Oh, you're talking about Osiris League. Or KVK. Yep, 114 versus Chisco and KVK. That's going to be... I'm really looking forward to that KVK because it's going to be another 401 KVK. Is basically what I'm envisioning. I'm seeing another 401 fight to the death, massive troop loss, battles all over the place. That's what I'm envisioning for that KVK. All right, so we've got a Guan. What looks like a Guan. Yep, Guan carrying the arc. There is some march speed there if he could pop in a building, but that's not how arc carrying works. You drop the arc when you do that. So this Guan is marching away with it. And again, you just see so many Richards and Charles and Constantine in the middle for the red team versus Artemisia, Saladin, William, Nebuchadnezzar, Guan. Just AoE silence, AoE damage, top tier damage for the blue team versus Season 1 infantry commanders. That's just not, you're not going to win, even with fight to the death. And we saw this on the last match that I cast at 3 UTC. Two teams that one team really had the favor or the advantage for better commanders, and they won out. I mean, commanders are key. That's why I've been preaching and pounding on the table for unlocking all the commanders for all of the Season of Conquest kingdoms all at once, so everybody can get what they need right away. In matches like this, where maybe maybe they lost some of their people that had gotten those commanders or something, because this is a 150 something kingdom. They should have plenty of time to get their Nebuchadnezzars, get their Trajans, get all that stuff. Prob, and I'm not going to be switching around too much here, although this is kind of starting to go away. Maybe I will... See, the problem is I don't know if I'm whitelisted. So if I leave, I don't know if I can get back in. That's going to be the problem. Sturgio, update. Was supposed to fix Commander Gap, but looks like this Arc League will not see the benefit. It will not. 100% it will not see the benefit. Now, future Arc Leagues and future KVKs, yes, I think that this will ultimately, long-term, start to address it, but what's the point of the 3 thing? Just do a freaking choice chest. Just do a choice chest and call it a day. It's very simple. Very simple. Here's another unsupported Chandra rally, although this Chandra is doing very well against Zenobia. Now it's starting to get swarmed down because the reinforcements have, in fact, arrived. Drago, can you elaborate on what he means? What who means? Sturgio? About the Commander Gap? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. So I did a rant video on this, if you want to go check it out to get the full experience of my rage. But basically, when they made the switch for MGE, they reset the MGE commanders for kingdoms that were about to get the top tier commanders. So kingdoms like 415, kingdoms like 307, in that realm, in that bracket there, were getting their first week. They had just gotten their first week and were getting their second week, or just getting their first week of the top tier commanders you need for Osiris Leagues, like Zenobia, like Nebuchadnezzar, commanders like that. They were just getting them, and then they switched it and made it Attila, Saladin, and Chandra. That's the new MGE. What was assumed would be the best fix for this, if they didn't do a complete rework, which I've asked for a complete rework as well, is you have a choice chest. So you go to win MGE, you pick what you want. You can have a Nebu, you can have a Zenobia, you can have a Chandra if you want to, you can have a Moctezuma if you want to, although I don't know why you would, but that would be the best way to do it, so that it wouldn't have impacted Osiris League this season, because you wouldn't have had to waste weeks of MGE on getting what are essentially non-effective or Ark of Osiris commanders at the top tier. God, but have you seen 75 allies though? Yeah, I have. We went over it on the stream Sippin' Saturday last night. Are MGEs happening only 3 times in New Kingdoms? First time, yes, but second and going forward, it should be 4 apiece. 75 wanted the team with 114, got rejected. Chiscool was salty. I don't know the story to all that. I just know that everybody wants to partner with 114. I mean, 114 is one of the strongest kingdoms in the game, no doubt, hands down. So I don't see why anybody would not want to be allied with 114. I would have reached out to 114 myself. I'd be like, hey, you and me, right? We got this? Okay, cool. Let's do this. Don't we get to pick and use any expertise commanders for Osiris League? Chandler stock still? No. That is only for the international event. The Osiris Invitational, I'm sorry, not international. And that has been replaced by what looks like Osiris League Grand Finals. So no, for Osiris League, you don't get to pick whatever commanders you want. This is your account. This is what you have to bring to the table. We need to see how the Tavern event looks like. Funko Booster, yes. Hopefully that's the saving grace, but you have to understand that's going to be a spending event. And I'm going to have to go through another round of people being upset because they have to spend to get the top tier stuff in this game. Who's the main alliance of 114? I believe it's this, 114S. I think 114S is the main alliance. They've got, I want to say, 4, 5, or 6 major alliances. Like, alliances that would be main alliances in almost any other kingdom, if that makes sense. Baron AJ says, we will crush 114. I will cover that crushing. 114K is the main. From a power perspective, yeah, sure. I think that's probably right. Like I said, there's multiple really, really, really big ones in 114. I don't know all the logistics of their entire kingdom. I have enough of a hard time keeping up with my own kingdom and the logistics behind that, because we're very similarly set up. We just don't have the beef that 114 has. I'll say that 114 has those kind of whales that just go and press the spend button and hold it down and just let the charges start racking up. We don't necessarily have those in 916. We have a very solid core active player base. We don't have the active heavy spenders. That's one of our misses so far, and we see a little bit of that in the Osiris League preparation that we've done in 916. We see a little bit of that lack of those big, just, you know, I press a button and things happen whales kind of thing. Some coffee, please. So obviously this match is pretty much set. Here's what I'll do. I'll start up and hold on. Nope, that's not the account I want. Close. I will start up an instance of LD player, and I will go ahead and go through some of the goings on. If you guys want to see some other matches while we're basically watching the stomping. I didn't think it was going to necessarily be a blowout. I didn't think it was going to be neck and neck either. I thought it was just going to be a nice solid match, and I think that's kind of what we're getting. I didn't know that the disparity of commanders is really what is causing this drubbing by 114S. And strategy. I mean, strategy comes into play. Our I-16 is getting wrecked, by the way. Raging Robot. I kind of figured that. A 900 million alliance going up against what is almost a 4 billion alliance. Yeah, it's probably accurate. And those guys are all original 916. They are not migrated in players, so that is a thing. $75 is better than 114K and S. Lim Kelvin. Alliance-wise, that may very well be the case. We'll probably see that on some of the matches. I mean, I'd imagine they're going to meet up at some point. Would be my guess. Now, V58 has taken all the bottom lane altars here, although, again, hard push being used for V58. Looking to take this Sky Altar and start generating some points here, but I do see very good teleport usage. It's 0 and 0 across the board here. Let's go ahead and bring up the other Arc stuff here as well. Osiris League. Let's see if there's anything to really see here. Ooh, this match looks really good. 6-3 and G409 are within about 700 points of each other in Realm of Horus. That looks really good. 75 offered 114 a 3v5 proposal. 114, 122, and 75. 114 agreed at first, but refused later as they discovered 75 offered another proposal to a fourth kingdom. Well, that's Diplo gone wrong, or somebody just making an excuse. That could also be the thing. 902 will dominate Kingsland. James Lowe. Just kidding. Watch the NB1 versus MXM, Drago. It's pretty close. I was actually looking at that one, too. I was looking at that one as well as a possible one to watch. Let me keep looking across all the realms. See if I see maybe decent Realm of Bastet one. I actually don't see a decent Realm of Bastet one here. Hookers and blow. Alliance name is crazy. Let's see. Yeah, the later realms are just, they're really bad. They're really bad on the now going down in favor of blue there as well. They're really bad on some of these matchups. There's so many smaller alliances in Osiris League. Creepy Kelly, you love it. I know you love that open, that bare open field. Looks like we're a little buggy on the arc here, but it looks like 114S going uncontested on this arc capture. Am I actually losing? Okay, no, we're good. And now they took the top. Interesting. They keep going back and forth. Ooh, here's a good one. $114S or 114K. I really don't know. I haven't seen them fight alone or against each other. Because 75 asked for Zig for 114. That's impossible. Interesting. Dude, the first match in our bracket is 50,000 points to 375 points. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you've got 2 billion matchmaking power versus 400 million or 200 million. It's just, it's not good. These guys were fairly close in matchmaking power, and you can see the difference in the in the fights here. All right, let me keep going here and see if I can find some of this stuff. Division 4, Division 5, Division 6. Oof. Man, even the Realm of Horus, we got some crazy, not close scores. Okay, so yeah, I see what you're saying. Division 7. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I can watch that. Let's go over to. Let's see if this isn't messed up. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So it is working. This is newbie versus MXM. And as you can see, MXM, the lower matchmaking power team, is winning against NB1. Again, you see a lot of like infantry commanders from NB1. Now this is Realm of Horus still, so I mean, you should be seeing a lot of quality commanders on the field here. These are a 3 billion and a 2.5 billion team. Will I cover 75 versus 114? Gobbit. Yeah, I probably will. I saw William go off there. Soud and William. That's a solid pairing. Mode 45 SD versus V838 is a close match. Is that for Sobek or no? That's got to be for Bastet, right? Okay, I see what you're saying. Hold on one sec. Nope, that ain't it. Come on. It's just not working. It's so zoomed in. I think what it is the filters. It's got to be the filters. Nope, no filters. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that, guys. I could try and do this. Nilot, I got a pretty similar feeling. There you go. Nice and better. Angelo Sama, welcome to the stream. We need something similar. What you think? To drop out of Imperium? Yeah, a little bit. I'm looking forward to Heroic Anthem. All right, we got 7.5 minutes until the arc spawns here in the middle. This is likely going to be the deciding factor. I'm staring at the other match as well on my iPad, and it's more of the same. 114S completely dominating the arc and likely capturing another one. It's going to be probably a 50,000 to 18, 19,000 match. .114S is now swarming down the obelisk for V58 as well. All right, so let's see. Let's go over here to the Shrine of Life. Good open field. MXM is doing a great job. Points per minute wise, 560 to 590 in favor of Newbie 1. But again, looking at the map here, it's basically even. Some harassment here at the back. This Charles does look like it's going to go down to, Genghis Takeda. Interesting pair. AP16 is also having it rough. Ugh. Making me sad. Making me so sad. My 916 guys aren't doing so hot. We can see Chisco farm in KVK 2 months. Oh, he fights sometimes. Although he is over 200 million power now. How many dead troops does he have? Looks like he's gonna snag it. He sure did. Look at that. Nice. Big rally and swarm coming up for MXM. Attila against Zenobia. Looks like Newbie 1 definitely has the commanders. I see Nebu's out on the field. I see Zenobia's in the garrisons. That's very solid. I'm surprised they're losing so bad. Well, not so bad, but I'm surprised they're losing at all against what is a smaller opponent and which seems like not having quite as many of the higher-end commanders. But MXM doing a great job here. MXM is, I don't know. I'm not sure which kingdom they are. I'd have to go back to the selection screen to see that. Swarm's gone, or Rally's gone. I think they should all, yeah, it looks like they're all swarming the altar, but Newbie 1 definitely reinforcing very well. On the other side, Newbie 1 unsupported Rally, although it is a Ramses, what is likely Nebu as well. But a Charles Constantine is the garrison. Not sure if that's the play there, but... Oh no, this was an Attila rally. Ramses Nebu swarm. And that Attila rally is going down very quickly. MXM looking to mass in the middle here. 4 minutes left until the arc spawns. Here's a Genghis William. That's another solid march going up against YSG El Cid. Genghis should win that. Equal to equal. Newbie 1 also following suit and bringing more and more marches in. Now they look like they're also positioning to hopefully hold this and then go to the middle maybe. I don't think there's enough time for that. I think they need to push all of their marches to the middle now and just keep enough here to hold this desert altar because this arc is critical. It is a 3,000 point match, and this is likely either a 4,000 or 4,500 point arc, which will again win the match. The points per minute are equal, 590 to 590. MXM is 1163. Thank you, Gobbet. Ninja 12.9 million dead troops for Chiz. That's respectable. That's very respectable. John 916, are you streaming T2A's match? No, I'm going to record it. I'm going to record it and post it tomorrow. Or are the strats secret? Regards, KKT6 member. How dare you? No, the strat's not secret, especially to 916 players. I mean, we're all in the same Discord, for God's sakes. But yeah, I mean, I'm just going to record it. Just going to record it and post it tomorrow. I'll be showcasing other kingdoms and other alliances on the channel today. Lots of streams. So MXM positioning for what is likely to be the deciding arc in this matchup. MXM versus NB1. NB1 believed to be the favorites in this matchup, but MXM coming in strong with a 3,000 point current lead. And if they can at least delay the capture of this arc and really look at MXM, this is exactly what you want to do. Send some, I think it's a little early for what they're doing, but with 2 minutes left until the arc spawns, if they would have done this at about 30 to 45 seconds, sent some of those marches forward and dragged some of those marches away, those blue marches away, letting the rest of the red team position up forward. I think it's still doing a great job. They're holding strong. Some tanky marches there with Saladin and Guan and Ramses. Not so much with the YSG and the Ethelfled, but Richard also tanky. Looks like I was about to say 114S. Newbie 1 not wanting to get pulled out of position here for 1.5 minutes left until the arc. They are pushing forward. T2A2 versus B838 soon. Awesome. Killer Whale from 264 to 338 to 2110. Checking to say hello and best of luck in OL. Hope all is well. Dragothien, you are the rock goat. Richard Bjork, thank you very much for that. And good luck to you and yours as well. Yeah, fair enough. We have our toughest match at 19 UTC in our group. Yes. Yes. I'm looking forward to watching that one as well. I think Sky's going to actually stream that for you guys. Is T2A going to win the OL mode? I think Skywalker answered you. Yeah, we'll just do our best. I think we have a chance to win it. I mean, as good a chance as anybody else in the realm. How about that? TBH 114 is matchless. Well, yeah, I mean, I've got that on the iPad staring at me on the screen right now, and it's 46,000 to 17,000, so. This is a very close matchup here, though. Again, 3,000 points still, 590 points per minute. It looks like the Shrine of War is also under assault from NB1, but it's going to go down, so that's good. Let's jump back to the middle here and watch what is going to likely be the deciding arc here. We have more and more people pumping into the middle. There's a decision that needs to happen right now. Are you going to heavy commit to the middle for this arc and hopefully capture it if you're blue? Or do you just do enough to occupy the red team in the middle and then go full bore, hard push, relentless siege on the structures and hopefully start taking some of these things away? I think with 7 minutes left, that decision probably needed to be made about 2 or 3 minutes ago, and to see if that's happening. And based off of the number of blinking buildings I see, I only see one blinking. That means that they likely decided going to the middle is the way to go. And what looks like MXM getting the first grab on that. Let's see if NB1 is able to grab it and drag it more their way. No, they are not. MXM grabbing it again. Let's see. It looks like the wrong MXM player grabbed it, though, because it went up instead of down. That's okay, though. I think, yep, there it goes down again. That Saladin was pretty low health. What skills would you recommend? Jedi Mind. I'm definitely going to do a video on that this coming week, but definitely hard push. I like adding Relentless Siege to that as well if the structures are a heavy part of your strategy. If the structures, taking other structures, are not part of your strategy, I would not use Relentless Siege, and I would favor maybe another buff or another speed buff to that. I definitely like both War Drums and Defensive Formation. I would pick either Heaven's Grace or Fight to the Death. I wouldn't grab both unless, again, you are heavily reliant on winning the middle. If your strategy relies on you winning every single middle battle, then you want to go heavy on the buffs, right? So Heaven's Grace, Fight to the Death, War Drums, Defensive Formation, and then you want to have Hard Push and maybe a speed buff. I like to pick both because our strategies are heavily reliant on taking structures. So I like to pick Relentless Siege and Hard Push so that we can capture those buildings quicker and start generating more points. That being said, Looks like the red team, again, going very quickly with this arc, and this may seal the deal. In fact, I think it kind of already has, unless some crazy blue team shenanigans happens and they're able to offensively capture this arc on the red team side. I would venture to say it looks like the red team is going to upset Newbie One, who has perennially been, or seasonally been, a top contender for the Osiris League championships. So very solid win for MXM. I know that there's been some transition away from NB1 to other kingdoms and other alliances and other kingdoms, but you can see it. I mean, they're definitely, MXM's doing it. Peach. Nilat, yeah. Now again, they're trying to take out the swarmers of the structure so they can go ahead. This is dangerous, man. I would have gone to the Shrine of War. This is very dangerous. This is not the place I would have taken. This is something they need to address, MXM. I would not have gone to the outpost here. I would have definitely taken it to the Shrine of War or the Desert Altar before I took it to these under assault outposts. A little rough. But that is the arc, guys. So Ark of Osiris captured for MXM. Great job to them. 3.5 minutes left. That is the game. I don't think there's any opportunity for what looks like 7,300 points for provisioning to come in without any more points being generated for the red team. So MXM with the win here. Huge GG to them. That's a big deal. That's a 500,000 matchmaking difference power-wise. And again, I've said it before. Anything over 2 million is competitive. You just got to have the right strategy, the right commanders. And it looks like MXM has that. I see Artemisias. I see Saladins with likely William behind. There's a Saladin William. I just saw it. And then we've got Hermans on the newbie side. So Hermans and Genghis. Couple Guans and a Ramses for MXM as well. Just heavily favoring MXM on the open field, winning those battles. Reinforcements coming in. They've got the right garrison commanders here. Zenobia Theodora. That's huge. Looks like we have Attila Takeda going up against what is likely Charles Constantine or Charles Theo, maybe. Charles Constantine. There it is. With medicinal supplies. Or herbal medicine. Damn, bro, I literally went to sleep when you were streaming a game and woken up now to find you still doing another game. Dedication. Uniscap. Yeah, that's how we do it here, man. That's how we do it. This MXM, this Richard is holding strong against this double C-led rally, and I think that's probably part of the problem, too. Let's go ahead and switch back over to the iPad since we just crashed. All right, here we go, people. We're back. As you can see, there's tons of action still in the 114S arc here. However, it is decidedly in favor of 114S. 56,000 points to 17,800. Everything is turning blue. Everything's blinking. And 114S just looks to be having fun at this point. Drago, are you excited to play OL with KBK2 commanders? I think it's interesting. I do think it's interesting. I was more excited to play with my commanders, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Less choice allows you to focus more on the nitty-gritty of the strategy, I think, personally. The more choices you have, the harder it is to incorporate all those choices. I think Mom are Mad Dogs. Previously, Acre from 163. Or MXM, I think is what you're... Yep. The alliance I formed way back when. Nice. Alright, so that dude is porting out. Yeah, 114S looking like they've just started having some fun. They've got all 4 altars. They've got all 3 outposts. One of the 2 shrines, and the only thing they have left to take is the obelisks. But as you can see, 114S just throwing their presence around on the open field. So go ahead and exit out LD player here. And there it is. So 114S winning for sure here. V58, however, MVP, he likely got swarmed, or he was doing rallies on cities or something like that. And as you can see, every phase of the game was dominated by 114S. I didn't think it was going to be quite this bad, but again, I also didn't know the commanders that White Elam had. So they had the power, but they didn't have the commanders. And that's usually going to be the case with any score that looks like this. Let's go ahead and quit out of here. We'll do a quick review of some other scores throughout the league, and then I'm going to go ahead and drop off. I've got my own match coming up in literally 1 hour, and I need to get ready for that. So let's do... I don't think we had too many other big Realm of Horus ones that we wanted to see. Wow, 101,000 versus... Oof. Okay. 114L looks like already also did very well in their match. Division 31. Yeah, Mr. Get your arson ready. Let's see. Any other close matches here? No. 6-3 defeating G409. That was a closer match earlier. This is Realm of Horus. That's a joke. Also jokes. Joke. Yikes. K86 defeating BL4B. Ooh, R111 defeating K355. That is an upset, a little bit, power-wise. What's your power? 110 million, I think, something like that. I can train up to probably 150 if I want to, but I'm waiting on the right moment. I also have almost 20 million dead troops, and they're all T5. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything super crazy here. N0S defeating Mad. That was a good one. That looked like it would be a good matchup. 94KO defeating K41W. That's kind of a big deal. The power disparity is in favor of the blue team. That's a nice one. K916 versus T28 on the finals. I think that is possible, the way I was looking at the bracket. And that'd be fine. As long as we're represented, I'm happy. As long as we're well represented in the playoffs, I'm happy. I don't really care too much which alliance it is. Although, of course, I would prefer my own. Yeah, IKM winning against L9H. That's good. That means they're still at least formidable. That's very nice. SNC1 looks to have had a tough match against Frozen Nipples. 4.5 billion alliance versus 2.7 billion alliance. Maybe we should have watched that one instead of the 114S one. Again, MXM taking out NB1 on the first matchup of the day for the 15 bracket. Or for the 13 bracket, excuse me. RV90 going up against 96. Winning. Hashtag winning. C9N decimating HOR. I figured that was going to happen, which is why I didn't pick that one, although I always like to watch C9N fight. Ugh. That's depressing. Again, blowout. Mostly blowouts. Cool taking out KH61. That's a good fight. Okay. Leonard, I want K916 to have 5 alliances in Osiris League playoffs. That'd be nice. Yeah, if one of us wins, that would be amazing. Wib and Raze, maybe even TT, going to have something to say about that, though. Yeah, I agree. We have some tough fights ahead, for sure. So far, nothing like groundbreaking that I'm seeing. Lots of blowouts, unfortunately. This one looks like it was close, 2.6 versus 2. At least the end score looked close. 94 AM from 894, beating the JC Brotherhood. Blowouts all around. Okay. More blowouts. With the commanders available, you can't be sure about the outcome. Even strong alliances can lose. Milo, I absolutely agree. I have a question. When we do Osiris League match, do we get reward? 10 gold heads, 5 gold heads like normally? Yes, you do. You do. That's something else we had to fight for. Because when Osiris League first came out, you didn't get rewards. We had to fight for that. I remember that. That was rough on the streets. Let's see. Suicide Squad. All right. Oof. These were rough. These were very rough. All 15 UTC matches. Interesting. Beatings. Beatings. Oh, no. My favorite alliance name, alliance, got beat pretty bad. You as well, Jedi Mind. Thanks for joining. AFK has a hard matchup in the next 2 weeks. This week is too easy. Okay, cool. That's awesome. OV match in 50 minutes. My match is in 50 minutes, Abdullah. I've got to prep for my match. I wish I was able to cast the OV match simultaneously, though. That'd be nice. I'm trying to find some really good like upsets or something, but I'm just not seeing them. I'm just not seeing them. Yeah. I mean, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy happening, right? It's the first week, too, so you're not really going to see too many of those upsets. Not too many. Is there any of our kingdom already fighting? Yeah, I think there's a few alliances that did fight. Rays obviously drummed LW99. My goodness, 90,000 to 804. That's rough on the streets. But that was also expected. Watch It Burn also massively destroying RI-16. that was a little harsh. And AP-16 losing to V45GN as well. Predatory Wolves defeating 13DS2. Okay. All right, guys. So it's been fun. We're going to go ahead and wrap the stream up here. I hope you enjoyed. I've got to get ready for what is my match coming up here. I'll show you that really quick. Not the Expedition, no. Osiris League. Match info. This is coming up here shortly. I've got to go ahead and get ready for it. T2A versus 87KR, 3.2 billion versus 2.2 billion. So should be a good match. I mean, 2.2 billion, like I said, nothing to sneeze at, and look pretty strong. So I'm going to be recording this one, and then I will be back at the 19 UTC hour to cast another match for you guys to wrap the evening up for everyone. And good luck to everybody out there in your respective Osiris League matchups. This is Dragothien signing out. Cheers. Have a good one and take care.